is Chatter. I'm your host, Rick Collins. Hello and welcome to another episode of Chatter. On this episode, we have Bobby Joe Ebola and the Children MacNuggits. This band started in 1995, and they are from the Bay Area, not far outside of San Francisco. And I met them probably around that same time in the mid-90s through a magazine that Maximum Rock and Roll put out called Book Your Own Fucking Life. And that's how, in the old days, we used to hook up with bands and send tapes to them, write letters in all across the United States, and that's how you would book a tour. You know, you'd hook them up with a show in your town, and they would hook you up. And you'd share resources. We got their demo, or maybe they had a record by then, and we really liked them. They were unique. They weren't like anything we had ever heard before. The band that I was in at the time was called Tongue, and we talk about how we met. This whole interview is very wide-ranging, lots of different topics, from how we met to what the scene was like back then. They were, they're a duo. It's just two of them. So you have Corbett and Dan in the band, and Dan plays acoustic, and they both harmonize and sing. And lyrically, they're like no other band that I know. Their output has been tremendous. They've put out so many albums. They're still together to this day. They just finished a tour on the West Coast. They have more tour dates coming. And they came out with this wonderful record. And this is really cool. It has some great artwork. Amazing album. Double album. And this is their newest album. On this album, they actually have a full band. And we get into that in the interview. Who the artists are, where they recorded it, and about the song content. Very important, the song content. Some of the songs that they perform, they have a lot to do with what's happening in society, politically, culturally, and they don't skip a beat on this one. They've also done some cool things like this book. They have Bobby Joe Ebola songbook. Really cool. That's a cool book. And a great documentary that Corbett did. This is called Turn It Around, The Story of East Bay Punk. I highly recommend this documentary. It's been getting great reviews. You can find it online now streaming. It was in theaters when it first came out. Really cool documentary that documents the scene. You have a lot of people that were in bands at that time in this documentary. It's very informative and fun. It's very cool. Also, what he just got done working on was a movie that's out right now called Freaky Tales, and I just saw it. It's a great movie. It's on HBO Max, and they take some of what he covered in here, especially the Gilman Street punk scene. We played there several times, and if you know anything about Gilman Street, you know that it was like a collective run by the people that went to the club. By the kids that, the kids basically ran it. And there was always some issues with Nazis and people trying to mess with them. And they used that story and basically he wrote a part for this movie, Freaky Tales. It's a really fun movie. I highly recommend it. Pedro Pascal's in it. We talk about the movie a little bit. I actually wish I would have seen it before I interviewed them, because I probably would have had some more questions. But it gets into like the Warriors, basketball, Sleepy Floyd. It gets into the hip hop scene, especially with like just Too Short and all the things. Actually, Too Short narrates it, like the Berkeley punk scene. It's a really cool movie. It's fun. It's a trip. There's a little bit of something for everybody in it. It's probably an instant classic in my opinion. So definitely check out that movie. I was really happy to see these guys again. It had been many, many years. There's a lot of tequila going around. I think we even switched to whiskey at some point. So we get a little sloshy in this one, but what's new? So we get into a lot of different topics. So you're going to see, we talk about El Duce from the Mentors, different experiences they had, these young kids coming from the Bay Area down to Hollywood, where we were at, and just getting exposed as they were like in their late teens, getting exposed to all the craziness that happens here in Hollywood. From meeting Al Duce to like getting on stage with Green Jello or Jelly, and just tons of stories. You're gonna really enjoy this. It's a long one, but it's fun. Maybe grab a drink, enjoy yourself. If you're listening on podcast platforms, make sure to like and subscribe. And also make sure to check out the YouTube channel, the Chattered YouTube channel, because they actually perform right here live in SGB Sound Studios. We're going to be posting at least 4 songs of them performing live that you can watch. You can also watch the interview on YouTube. And so for all of you people watching on YouTube, after you see the interview, check them out performing. We have a lot of great guests coming up soon. And if you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe and all that crap. So let's get on with it. Bobby, Joe Ebola, and the Children MacNuggets. This is Chatter. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Remember your posture.
Stay on it.
Stay on that dick.
I'm on
That's
it.
right.
Stay on that dick, dude. You're on dick duty.
Always.
Get down. Y'all wanna start it with a fuck ice?
Yeah. Fuck ice.
Fuck ice.
Let's melt that ice.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'd be melting ice by the fucking kilo.
Hell yeah.
Going down like the glaciers.
Chatter. You talk to me all night and I don't know what's the matter. I remember.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was delicious.
Yeah.
Everybody else. Talk about yourself.
Now,
That's
if he'd just done music like that, it would have been fine.
I was blown away.
right
He didn't have to poop on himself or nothing. He could have just done some great new wave.
Yeah. Why the poop?
Yeah.
Just end it. Yeah.
I mean, I got no room to talk.
The jabbers, man. I mean, maybe that's your next phase for you guys.
I mean, they're fun, man. They were fun. When I heard them at first, I was like, man, this is what? Who? This is who? This is Doo-Doo Man?
Yeah.
And it was like, I was blown away. Because also, too, the way it's recorded, too, it was like, you're all just like, yeah. Like,
and everyone in the band's good, like tasty little bass lines.
Eggplant at one point gave me a tape that had Gigi Allen with Jabber's stuff on
Sam
one
Cooke was on it too,
one
right?
side, and the other side was Sam Cooke and NWA.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And I had like 3 tapes in my van at that point, and that was one of my favorites.
This is Robert Eggplant
That
from
pretty
the...
much covers all of like the last century of
Yeah, like I don't need any.
Yeah.
I had that and Slayer and the Lost Boys soundtrack, and that was pretty much. Slayer was just what I put in when I was in stop and go traffic.
Yeah.
It was also...
I would used to go to sleep to sleep.
Coils of the Serpent.
It was the Sam Cooke at the Cabana, I believe, the live album. That's like fucking popping. I believe that's what he put on that side was that Sam Cooke live record.
You can't fade Sam Cooke.
Yeah.
Lost Boys soundtrack, Echo and the Bunnymen doing People Are Strange.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that might have been the highlight.
Yeah, absolutely. That led into me having a very embarrassing Doors phase when I was 13.
We all did.
Writing some very, very bad poetry that no one will ever see.
My penis is strange. I met. I used to hang with Arthur Lee from Love. And he never. When I was 18, and I had just met him and Sky Saxon on the same day.
What?
My old band was recording. I was probably like 18. And we recorded the studio in Hollywood by Trashy Lingerie. It was 2 doors down from there. It's called the Silvery Moon Studios. And it's where they recorded all the Vox Bomp stuff.
Whoa.
Like Greg Shaw used to go there. And it was like the Pandoras and the Miracle Workers and all that 80s Paisley revival, garagey. But there's a very small scene. And all those dudes were like down and out. So they were like, and it was also the age of crack cocaine. So like, crack was everywhere. And I met Mitch
Wait, the
Mitchell.
guys from Love were on crack?
Oh, dude, the first time I smoked crack was with Arthur Lee.
Oh, my God.
Whoa.
Yeah, I smoked crack. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was cocaine. I'm like, look at all that cocaine.
I mean, I guess it technically is.
He's
But...
all, that ain't cocaine, that's crack, and you ain't doing none of it. And Arthur was like, orange skies, carnivals.
Oh, totally.
But when you talk to him in person, he's like, what's up, punk-ass motherfucker? Like, fucking step off, bitch. Like, that's his... When you talk to him in real life,
But he's like lovely otherwise. Like, yeah.
he doom 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 doom,
Yeah.
and you're like, what the fuck? So I remember because I was a little kid, so I'd be like, so did you know Jim Morrison? Did you know Janis Joplin? And this would be before I knew their whole history and all the documentaries and everything. And he'd get pissed off if I brought up Jim Morrison. Fuck that fucking faggot junkie motherfucker. And you're just like, what the fuck? And he's like, you fucking bring his name up again, I'm gonna cut you. And I remember there was a little like utility knife.
Yeah.
In the studio because the
damn.
guy was doing some work, and our old singer Jeff Cabot, the band that I was in called the Venusians, we were a little garage rock band. Jeff was from Boston, and he was a little older. And Jeff was like hanging out with the Liars and all those bands with Jeff Conley.
Yeah.
And so Jeff was like, he's like hearing Arthur getting, pissed. And he's like, Jim Morrison. And he's like, you see it again? I'm going to cut you. He's like, Jim Morrison. And Arthur goes all, pat, and cut him on his arm. And just gave him a little nick. And Jeff just goes, that's the best you got, man. I'm from Boston. What are you going to do? And then Arthur was like, I like you.
What?
Like, you're cool. And Arthur was cool with it.
And you got a scar from Arthur Lee that you could keep for the rest of your life.
But Jeff did.
Yeah.
And Jeff was like, yeah. And he goes, all right, well, I'll tell you about, you want to know about Jim Morrison? We got them signed to Elektra Records and blah, 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 blah. And he goes off. And then when I was needing help in our career I asked Jim for help. He acted like he didn't know me.
Right, because they were like the biggest band in LA when the Doors were coming up. They were like, one day we could be as big as Love.
Yes. And in the movie with Val Kilmer, you see there's a scene where Jim Morrison is walking by the whiskey and it's Love's headlining and the doors are opening. And Val's Jim's character is like, Arthur Lee, man, he's cool, right? Because Love was the shit. And
sure.
But the problem was the Doors toured.
Yeah.
Love wouldn't tour. Arthur was like, why do I need a tour?
I'm an LA band.
I'm an LA band.
Yeah.
I'm a king here. I don't need to fucking tour. And drugs and other things. There's a lot of factors to this.
Yeah.
But that brings me to you guys, Bobby, Joe Ebola, and the Children MacNuggets.
Because, we're also on crack.
And Dan had Jim Morrison's locker in high school. Or is that correct?
No, so what happened was I grew up in Alameda when I was a kid. And Jim Morrison was, because his dad was in the Navy, he went to high school in Alameda the first couple years. So I got to know his best friend from high school who had a guitar shop. His name was Fudd Ford. And he had Fudd's Guitar Shop. It was right around the corner from my uncle's house. So I went by there, and I was 14. I was really into the Doors. And I show up, and they're like, they're like reading poetry and stuff. He's got a couple other people in there. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, we're having the first annual Jim Morrison Bad Poetry Contest. I'm like, well, let me show you. And I dug into my backpack, and I had some bad poetry, and I won the first annual Jim Morrison Bad Poetry Contest. And they were getting drunk. One of the people who was there had a comic book called Tales of Jerry. And the premise of the comic book was that Jim Morrison had become a vampire. And it was a very bad comic, right? But a few months later, an issue of Tales of Jerry came out, which had a picture of me and my shitty poetry from age 14 or whatever, and I will never show it to anyone. But it's a comic book about Jim Morrison, and I'm in there.
You didn't have his locker?
No. But the guy that I went to summer school with, because I did too much acid and had to redo geometry, the guy that I took summer school with, he did have Jim Morrison's locker. Okay. And he talked about it every single day.
Yeah.
Well, Jim Morrison's specter went very far. His shadow was very far. But when you talk to people that knew him, they all had I talked to Daryl Hooper, who's a keyboard player in the Seeds. He's like, man, Jim Morrison was an asshole. And a lot of people said that they didn't like
kind
it.
of opposed
I actually love the Doors. I think the Doors are amazing. And I always talk to like garage heads that are like the most obscure garage cuts, and they always hate the Doors. I'm like, if the Doors didn't get famous, but they recorded everything they did on a smaller label, and you discovered them,
you would think they're great.
You would think they were
Manzarek
great, right?
and like all of it. Yeah, absolutely. But with the production and everything and all the
I'm not crazy about all their shit with the horns and everything, but like,
whenever horns get introduced, like the Saints, the same thing. Like remember the Saints,
punk band?
The punk band.
Yeah.
Like, once the horns came in,
they were Irish, are they?
They were Australian.
Yeah, their first couple albums though, great stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want
the Doors, Bobby Joe Ebola, and the Children MacNuggets.
Same thing, really.
Yeah.
We're all riding the snake here.
Have you guys had horns on your albums yet? Anywhere?
Oh, yeah. We have a.
You haven't heard the new album yet.
Lauren Hill's.
I haven't heard the new album. By the way, they just performed last night at the Escondite, and they gave me their album, but I haven't played it yet.
Is a double vinyl.
We're going to show you the album artwork. It's going to flash here, and it's going to take a minute. Because there's a lot of stuff going on. Very rad. Tell me a little bit about the artwork, by the way. Who worked on it?
Yeah, well, I mean, we haven't put out a record in 12 years, and we decided we were going to, and we thought we were going to do an acoustic record, and suddenly, 76 days later in the studio, and 56 musicians, including, like, Lauren Hill's touring horn section. You know, they played with... the horn section played with Etta James and like violins and cellos and
it was like a terrible relapse. We were just like, we'll just do like a little acoustic album, nothing too fancy. And like a couple months later, it's like, call your guy, get the horns.
Yeah, to 10,000 didgeridoos, right?
Well, we were talking earlier about the studio. Tell us about the studio.
Yeah, so basically I had moved out to the Russian River after 47 years of living in the East Bay, and right by there was Prairie Sun Recording, which is this world-renowned place, and
tell people who's recording.
Yeah, I mean, like there's a Tom Waits room where they filmed a scene of Cigarettes and Valentines.
Coffee and Cigarettes.
Coffee and Cigarettes. Yeah, Coffee and Cigarettes. Iggy Pop and Tom Waits' scene. And then that room is right adjacent to the Tubes room where Prairie Prince, the drummer, I believe, came in and painted this big cornfield. And then there was like an REO Speedwagon sound cave that they made.
About that.
Yeah, I know. They recorded a lot of Bill and Ted's.
Don't go into the REO Speedwagon.
What was Bill and Ted?
Cave.
Yeah. Nobody wants to record
never
there.
Coming out of there again.
But, when we eventually got there, the joke was like Van Morrison took a shit right in the middle of Studio B. But then like neighbors would come.
Van Morrison apparently was a tough guy.
Oh yeah. They're saying he was like no shit, but yeah,
short and tough.
Yeah, right, stocky, right. The neighbors would come by and say, 30 years ago I was here and this van full of black dudes showed up and they all jumped out of the car and it was Tower of Power playing a show in Napa and they came in here to do some studio work and make a couple grand and leave. And it's just if you look on Discogs or whatever, you see everything that was filmed there.
Check it out, kids.
Yeah, Prairie Sun Recordings.
Absolute legends.
Yeah, so I moved up to the North Bay and I was like, okay, we're going to do a new record. We decided we're not going to do an acoustic record. We're going to go all out. And like we've typically tried to do it in the past, we have our fun as an acoustic duo playing over 2,000 shows. But when we go into the studio, we say the acoustic duo, the orchestra is implied. But when we go into the studio, we try to make what's ever in our minds and our hearts kind of in the studio, you know? So we couldn't get through to Prairie Sun for 5 months, and then suddenly this 11-year-old Gilman rat who we knew named Gabriel Winter, he was a ska kid. Suddenly he's playing with Toots and the...
Not 11 anymore.
He's 23 now. Toots and the Mayalls. He's this agile musician touring with all these old reggae cats and shit. He's on Instagram. He's like, I'm steaming the walls and putting in new glass. Studio B at Prairie Sun.
Did he buy it or take over?
Leased it with a bunch of his partners there.
Cool.
He's like, Prairie Sun is called Palm and Vine Recording now. And I'm like, Gabriel, are you kidding me? This is a kid who sang along to our songs when he was 11 years old. He knows the band.
Yeah.
And he's this prodigy. And we went in there, and when we didn't know somebody who could fulfill what we were trying to get, he had this cachet of...
Yeah, he's like, I know some session cats. Like, because we initially we were like, oh, we know people who can do all the things we need to do. Some people are just not great studio musicians, or we didn't get the cut that we wanted, and it was frustrating in the studio. And he's like, listen, I know a session musician who can knock this out for a day rate. I know a guy, and he knew all these people who were just professional musicians.
Yeah.
And it was a real learning experience for us. Like, sometimes you just want to talk to someone who is a professional session musician who can come in, do a 10-hour day, and knock it the fuck out.
But some of these people who we called in, they would be like, wait a minute, hold on. You're asking me to play for that band? That's the first band I ever saw when I was 13. Are you kidding me? No, they're like Anna Elva, this amazing drummer. So
that's what brings.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go back to like when you guys started.
When we started, I wanted to answer your first question about the artwork, but yes, but we eventually got Winston Smith to do the album cover, who has done he did Dead Kennedy's logo, Green Day's Insomniac, George Carlin's last album cover, original D&D artist Errol Otis to do this thing, Michael Garlington, this Smithsonian installationist, tintype photographer. So like when we were done, we made the art as extravagant, as we could, due to calling in all those like creative favors, that goodwill,
Well, as we were saying earlier too, it's nothing contrived about it. It's just the life we lived.
Yes,
it's the life that you guys lived, and like going back to like '95 is when you started, as a band, until now, and like just being poppers of music and goodwill ambassadors of music and knowing people and sharing with each other, sharing contacts, doing things, and that's how we met. Is that all these years later, this stuff in our minds magically happens,
and it feels instant
because we didn't ever think of this happening, but it happens, and you're like, oh shit! Like if you just really focus on the music and you're pure about it, all this good shit happens.
The story of our album, Solar Cantata, really is about the relationships between the people, like the 56 or so musicians that are on the record, the artists, everyone who had a hand in making it. We have these connections. It's like a mycelial network of culture, of people that we've had adventures with, that we've drank all night with, toured with, gotten in trouble with, and over the years, we've watched as our friends have become really good at the things that they do, and when it's time to call in, we really need a great accordion player. Oh, we know exactly who to call. Yeah. Right?
To your point, like young folks will come up and say, well, Corbett, like, how did you and Dan make that movie with Iggy Pop and Green Day? Or how did you play that big show opening up for, I don't know, who have we opened up for? I'm in my brain. Green Day.
How many shows have you guys done together, by the way?
2,000, over 2,000 probably.
It's closer to 3,000.
It's easier because
I've never done that many shows.
Well, mostly because we've been an acoustic duo, though. So most of it's easy. We have done a lot as a full band, but
we've done
just take
protests, birthday parties, concerts, festivals.
It all counts.
But to your point, though, young folks will say, well, Corbett, like, how did you meet this person, or how did you have that? That story, or how did you do this? And I'm like, look, you stick around long enough, you keep being creative, you don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Things are going to happen, and then you're going to get, if you're lucky, and you get to see another day, you're going to get to my age, and you're going to be like, yo, like a life less ordinary. The people that I've been able to meet and run into just by being myself and knowing,
say yes. And build more bridges than you burn.
Yeah. I tell kids the same thing. I'm like, I rarely say no.
Yeah.
And I go, you live long enough, you meet a few people, if you're open enough.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's what you're saying.
Well, it goes to our point of maybe how we met, because I believe it was through this zine called Book Your Own Fucking Life. And if you're talking about, like, never saying no, I'll play that crappy show to two people. Book Your Own Fucking Life was this Maximum Rock and Roll Gazette that everybody put their addresses in. They're like, you want to play our town?
Right. I remember now.
Yeah, they're like, you want to play our town? Yeah. Here's our P.O. box or whatever.
And that was Kamala Parks. Who started it. She was doing...
She goes by Kamala.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Anyway. So Kamala. Yeah. So Kamala Parks was doing booking for Green Day and a bunch of other bands that eventually were on Lookout.
And Neurosis, Offspring.
Right. Yeah. And she had this list of contacts and was basically putting together tours for these bands in the Bay Area, and people started calling her and saying like, well, hey, where do I play a show in Des Moines or whatever? And she's like, well, why don't you book your own fucking life?
She said that, yeah.
And decided, well, what if we just put all of our contacts into a zine and distributed that so that all the people that have garages and weird clubs and Elks lodges and shit all around the country can get together and communicate, and sort of, it's like a pre-Yelp for punks.
Sure, yeah.
Right? So like it was a way for the Maximum Rock and Roll network that was beginning pre-internet.
And Flipside.
Yeah. For you kids out there, these are magazines that were national, international magazines, mainly for punk rock and alternative culture, that before the pre-internet, that we had. This is how we communicated with the bands from other states and cities.
And we were lucky
countries.
because they initially, through Mortem Records, those like Flipside and Maximum Rock and Roll got distribution to places like Tower Records or, and so because it's that whole theory of like, well, when punk bands get big and they're in the mall, maybe they're saving a queer kid in the Midwest who happens upon it in the mall.
Yeah.
Those magazines, because they were proliferated in those kind of larger places, I think that's one of the reasons we got connected. You know, it's but yeah, I think that's how it was.
I remember, I just know somehow I heard you guys like, probably with Liz, and we were like sitting there going like, oh, these fucking guys are great. Like when we're listening to your songs and your lyrics, because I always thought of you guys as like you guys are pre-Tenacious D.
Yes.
And you're like, but smarter and funnier and punker and like also like a Simon and Garfunkel. In a weird way.
Simon and Garfunkel.
But at our reference at the time.
Yeah.
And we were just like, what? You could do that? Like, you can do this? It seems like way easier than having to have a drummer and, all these people. Yeah. But, and then, we got the message and the lyrics right away, what you guys are doing. And plus, you both can sing great. You both work together great, your harmonies. And and to me, it was punk as fuck,
Yeah.
And so, we were like, oh, yeah, of course, these guys... Whoever reached out to who, somehow we connected, and we booked you down here, and you guys used to book us in your area.
You were so generous. We would come down here, and I will say to thank you for those kind words. Also, we were in the East Bay where it was funk metal. That was good. It was huge at the time, and pop punk. So when we see Tongue, who are like these four wily, artful individuals, I was trying to say earlier, there was this metallic sound to it. It was like alien almost. There was something about your band Tongue.
Yeah, it was like walking into a buzzsaw.
Yeah, it was punk, but it was like, here we were like, wow, we're hearing pop punk up there all the time, and it's like, these are fucking weirdos. They're cool people who aren't trying to be fucking cool. They're just oozing it genuinely and sincerely. Holy shit. And at the time, we're up in the Bay Area, and maybe this is at the beginning where basically we asked to take an ad out Maximum Rock and Roll and play Gilman. They were battening down the hatches because punk had just exploded, and they were like, "You're not punk, you can't play."
Yeah, they didn't want to be the breeding ground for the next Green Day, the next AFI. Yeah. They, A&R guys were starting to show up at Gilman, and they were understandably circling the wagons,
and bullies who used to beat up people who were, they were like, I heard this on the radio, and so they're showing up.
And there was an attempt to very clearly define what was and wasn't punk, to the point where it became a joke, right?
Yeah.
Right? So when two guys from the suburbs who weren't singing about Reagan or chicks show up with an acoustic guitar, they're like, well, you by any definition, you guys are not punk.
Well,
but we put out our own record, and when
we did our own free festivals,
and keep in mind that in the Bay Area there were very few places for people under 21 to perform.
That's
right. There was Gilman, there was the Berkeley Square, that was it.
And we were 17 and 19.
Yeah, and so we thought, well, if they won't have us at Gilman, let's do our own thing. Let's just get a generator,
which is punk in spirit,
and go out to an old Superfund site in Richmond, California, an old Navy fuel dump, and just put on our own show, and we called it Geek Fest.
Yeah.
We became Gilman headliners, and then went on to make the documentary about
other band.
Yeah.
What's the guys from Astroloid?
Astroloid. Yeah.
They were really involved in that as well.
They also had a kind of a sonic connection with Tongue, I believe, in a way.
Because I remember that we would play with them.
Yeah.
Too,
Well, we would all. Yeah, they would come down.
That was the thing. It's like we were doing our own things down here, finding clubs that were like not traditional clubs.
Yeah.
Like the Whiskey or the Troubadour or whatever the fuck, like Mr. T's Bowl and like
Al's Bar,
and weird places. But you guys were doing the same thing, and also finding like warehouses, and whatever we can find, right?
Yep.
Even house parties or whatever.
Yeah, if there isn't a place, we would make it a place.
Yeah.
You were doing that down here too.
Yeah, and I mean, and back then, I'll be perfectly honest, like we hated Blink-182, Green Day, all that shit.
Yeah.
Our whole thing was like, fuck all that shit. I've grown to appreciate.
We were too.
Those bands now. I have more respect for them now, and I think they're great. They're great.
I'm
like, I'd rather have that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And like they
yeah.
stand up for what they believe in.
No, it's true.
And
it's
they
true.
have a big megaphone.
They do.
And they're using it for good.
Yeah.
And one of our friends is in the band now.
Yeah.
And those guys worked like hell.
Yeah.
Right. Those guys worked like crazy.
And they helped give us our work ethic.
And it was actually your documentary that when I watched that and saw where they came from, like, it kind of changed my thinking on everything because, I was a younger kid back then.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck off.
Dude, they didn't steer the narrative.
I hate anything that was popular.
Yeah.
But when you look back on it, you're like...
They were punk.
They fucking
Dude,
started from
they would
nothing
come to
too.
Geek Fest.
Yeah,
they would come
punk.
to our free shows, and they would say, anywhere, everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And we were like, what? And they were like, you're playing anywhere, everywhere, right? Like, if you're doing this, that's what you're doing. Mm-hmm. You're not waiting for somebody to sign you like a poodle on a pillow and put you in front of audiences. You're going out and finding your audience, right? And so if you imagine at that time, everybody around there, except for Green Day, who would come back to Geek Fest and be like, you guys are like, what's punk now? We're like, are you fucking kidding? Gilman's telling us we can't play, we're not punk, right? We're doing our own thing. But then we go to Los Angeles with Rick and Liz and Ivan and Tongue and Jimmy from Avengers and Dez from Black Flag and fucking Green Jello and all this crazy shit down here. And we're like, home is telling us we ain't punk, but we're coming down to Los Angeles, and that's all we're running with.
And LA saying, you punk.
Yeah, they're pulling us into the trashy lingerie parties, which were fucking...
Oh, my God.
Just insane.
Some of my best hazy memories from trashy lingerie.
Because we have that weird, like, cross section here.
Yeah.
Where you have the old Hollywood weirdness, like the Hugh Hefners and the trashy lingeries, and you have also this big undercurrent of like real punk rock attitude.
Yes.
And they and that was the beautiful thing about LA is that those two things would commingle.
Right. We were these like yokels, man. We were these like suburban yokels coming down here to that. Like I remember we played.
We were not like the type of people that were like getting laid on the regular, and all of a sudden we're playing this enormous party full of porn stars. We did not know
the
what
American
to do.
Gladiator is the bartender, and I remember the Spice Channel was there with cameras, and they had the camera in your face, and you're like, "This is my buddy." Pull me in. You go, "This is my buddy Corbett," and it was open bar. I was like, "I love LA," and I felt like this invisible hook.
Oh, that was my friend Corbett.
Yeah.
Everyone give him a hand.
Yeah. But then the second time, the guy called us back, the owner of Trash, because Winter and Liz were the ones who were like,
we played his birthday party.
We did.
Right.
Well, initially
in his
we played,
house.
yeah, but first one, and he loved us, and they were playing Gummo there, like on the screen. It wasn't even out yet, and it was like,
was that the one where Slash was in the tub?
Yeah, it was like on house arrest, and like,
and we had an ankle bracelet. He was in the tub with all these hookers.
Yeah, and we're just like, what the fuck is this? And Winter at the end, I brought my girlfriend at the time. She was this drummer, and she was down with me. And Winter came up to me after. Well, I love Winter. I miss her. She goes and she grabs me. She plants one on me. And she goes, oh my God, my boss is so happy. You know, there's people from HBO here. You guys fucking killed it. I love you. I love you. I love you. And my friend Mikey next to me goes, you know, Winter just kissed you. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it's Winter. I mean, it's my friend, you know. And my girlfriend comes up. She's a red lipstick, and she's like, sock me in the fucking face, man. I was like, ugh. But then
for more about her, listen to our track "Little Lamb."
Yeah, yeah. Oh. Well, so the second party though was the Trashy Lingerie owners. He was getting limbs severed due to, I think, diabetes, and so
and it was an open bar, and so they had closed off the entire block, right?
Yeah.
And I remember there was a big inflatable slide.
You were at all,
and a giant bar, and
they had adult size. So at kids' parties. Especially predominantly like Hispanic, Mexican houses, you'll see like the slides and the and the bouncy house. They had adult size, like porn star size bouncy houses.
Yeah.
And exaggerated slides for older adults.
It was and so there were hundreds of porn stars in the audience, and they shoved us out on stage.
Well, it was Des and Jimmy's bluegrass band played first.
Right.
And then Des fell off the stage.
Yeah, we were open bars on every corner of this. They shut down the street beyond the mansion.
I don't think I was 21. Like I was.
Really?
Oh no, I was I was maybe 20.
Holy shit!
And I got shammered.
So we go up. We're dressed in red and blue sequin jackets, and we go up and. Hugh Hefner and Heather Kozar, the Playmate of the Millennium, walk up to the front of the stage at this party. There's Rick,
and
there's Liz.
We're about to be famous, dude!
Yeah, and he walks up and completely 2 sheets to the wind goes, we're so happy to be playing this Farewell to Arms. And the look on Hugh Hefner and Heather Kozar's face would just... disgust, and they just turned heel and fucking left.
Like
but the owner was like laughing his ass off. Like,
but no one would serve me at the bar after that.
No,
they were like, they were, you know, I am self-aware enough where I can tell when a chick is not into me. There were like 400 chicks that were suddenly not into me. They all just like turned away. They're like, this guy.
I brought sand to the beach. My girlfriend was with me again. Everyone's like, why do you keep bringing your girlfriend to a porno party? I'm like, I don't know.
We were always championing you guys. And like, have you guys seen Bobby, Joe Ebola and the Children MacNuggets? Where you gotta see these fucking guys. They're fucking amazing. And it was like, I remember a lot of our friends would be like, why do you like this band? We're like, they're fucking amazing.
It was weird.
Like,
we got so much avid, beautiful support from y'all. And like we like again,
we were all crazy, by the way.
We were saturated with all the pop punk, Screeching Weasel, Green Day, all that stuff up in the Bay. So when we saw this band that was like sonically different, that was a punk band, that was punk in spirit, and we were just cheerleading. It was like I remember vividly the cover of Flipside, and I was like, this band needs to fucking fly, you know, like more people need to see this band, you know.
There was like an article in I think it was the Orange County Register. It was like the LA Times of the Orange County, but they did a whole thing on us, and they're like how we were the evil antithesis to No Doubt. And they did a whole thing about how we were the negative image of No Doubt. And we're like, oh, okay, just because we have a female, that's what we reminded people. Just because
who wore the A shirts, the wife beaters too.
Right,
she did the same thing,
But this band is above, and like how, but you know how many bands try to turn it? I mean, how many labels try to turn us into No Doubt? All right, kids, listen here, ska punk is really popular.
Yeah, but you guys were talented.
It's so funny. It's so funny to think, dude. The musical agility of Tongue was like just beyond.
And we hated everything that was happening at the time. And when our motto, we used to have a motto, which was "Fear No Music," which I think is the same motto you guys have.
Which is why we were peers. Yeah.
Because we were like, "Fear No Music." Like, why are we gonna try to fucking belong in that scene and try to chase this, you know, false
the punk carrot or whatever?
We never fit great into punk, but what we found was that there were a lot more misfit toys in the punk scene than in any other scene. Like, you know, we tried playing folk shows. We tried playing stand-up comedy shows.
How would folk audiences?
We harshed a lot of mellows.
You remember that scene in Back to the Future where Michael J. Fox plays for the prom.
Yeah.
And there's just a bunch of like just silent. Like, you guys are not ready for this.
But your kids are gonna love it,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it was. There were or we would play a show and there'd just be stunned silence and everyone's hair standing up.
And you go to we play like a big stand-up club in San Francisco or something, and musical comedy just doesn't land in the same way. People are there for a different reason.
Also, because we're not always going for the one-liner laughs.
Right.
Like, we're not strictly comedy.
We got a lot of songs about poop and
there's
stuff.
Like earnest stuff. It's like, okay, we've got some songs about killing and eating children and like poop and stuff. But then there's songs about like politics and some really difficult subjects.
There was kind of a shift in the band, though, too. I think at a certain point, but then we come back to this thing on our new record. We end with a song called "Pee Pee Poo Poo Forever," which is actually kind of about. I mean, it sounds so funny, but I couldn't get through singing the song on the record without getting verklempt, teary, because the song is really kind of about how humor saved my life, right? And but. Also, people have come to know that, like, okay, I can listen to a Bobby Joe song. It's like therapy out loud. It's like they're riding the snake sometimes. They're fucking tripping out, or they're singing about politics or the end of the world or like disillusionment or a shit.
Yeah, one of our band mottos has been for a long time: just because it's funny doesn't mean we're joking.
Yeah.
Or serious about our silliness.
Yeah.
And it's like that "Pee Pee Poo Poo Forever" song. Is really about, like, I don't know. It's like, what is there more proof of life than like that we all shit or something? Like, I'm not so sorry, but like
farts are always funny.
Yeah, but it's like part of it's part of what we do. It's like we can talk about these heavy-handed things about suicide or the end of the world or like fucking bad politics or cops or whatever the fuck, and then we offset it. We offset it with that humor a little bit now. Whereas like when we started out, it was a lot of that.
Well, you have to have a little humor just to stay sane with what's happening now.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing about what we're doing now is that in the first song what's the first song you played today?
Nothing's Off the Table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Jaunty kind of. We realized that whenever we've released a record in the past, we thought, well, really, it kind of isn't for the moment, and then. Suddenly.
Right, it's like 10 years later the song becomes relevant or something. With this particular album, we felt we were sort of right on time.
Yeah. I feel the same way, and that's why we're going to get this podcast out quickly and their performance out quickly because of what the times we're living in with people getting attacked right now.
That we're down
in
here.
The farm country in California.
Dude,
like shit's happening in real time right now.
You see, as we're East Bay, natives, but for us to go through the fires. We're looking at Los Angeles and all of our friends down here, how brave everybody is, how everybody's coming together, and they're helping spray each other's houses down. And then you see that this place is like a petri dish or a guinea pig for like how
this is a test.
How far the fascists can push. And then you see, wait a minute, okay, everyone's like, LA, it's a bunch of backbiting and corporate. It's people are trying to.
I think we're a bunch of celebrities.
No, but this is also.
They come for LA in the morning. They're going to come for you at night.
It's the bastion of the individual. It is. Yeah. We have met more awesome, hardworking, weird people who are stalwartly themselves, and it's those kinds of people right now that are pushing back. And you're saying, no, you leave these people alone.
Yeah.
And so to see it, to know we were coming down here, right, to play these shows right now and to be on the podcast, and my heart was full of just how much I love this place. I like a total cheese dick. We fucking blasted "I Love LA" when we got here. We fucking sang it out the doors because it's like we're fucking cheering.
Well, you know the real LA. Like you guys for long enough.
We were talking about townies, right?
Yeah,
You look for the townies.
I've told people for years that if you want to understand how LA became LA, you got to watch two movies. Chinatown and Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
That's true. That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, that's how the infrastructure of LA is, like the aqueduct and the freeway.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard right now. I can't imagine how it is. Yeah, well, nothing's off the table. What's the, will you yell things out the window? Will you wave a little sign? Will you fight them? Will you join them? Will you hide and close the blinds? The men in boots are marching past your door. Like, this is a song on this record,
there are people hiding in attics and basements and culverts right now that deserve better. Yeah. And the only thing, like the government is not going to help us. The Democrats are not. They're gonna be having meetings and giving speeches until the boots are in the fucking halls.
Yeah.
And it is up to people to get out in the streets and say, no, fuck you.
Yeah.
We need more turncoats.
That's where we're at right now.
Yeah.
We need more people to come out. And I know it's like we were talking about early, and then I think in your song too, you're talking about how this is just like
1934.
1934. That's a line in the song.
Yeah.
It is. And we were at your show last night, and my Mario, my buddy, who usually produces the show, he couldn't make it, but we were upstairs at the Uncle Ollie's.
Yeah.
And I was like, and everyone's like, and it's like all fantasy people. And I go, do you feel like it's like Paris right before the Nazis are going to, everyone's dancing, and they're just like, and everyone's like, I feel like we're just, there's so many people just celebrating, and they don't have no clue what's coming.
Yeah.
People have gotten out of living memory of how bad things can get.
Yeah.
There is a reason that, for example, the idea of international law came about is because of all the shit that happened in Europe. Mm-hmm. There's a reason that we had the idea of like genocide was not a word in 1943.
Yeah.
Like that was coined afterwards. Mm-hmm. And we're seeing that on, in a bunch of different places. Mm-hmm. And what what we're seeing right now is an attempt at an ethnic cleansing.
Yeah.
Because they're not going after Norwegian undocumented immigrants.
No.
Right? This is an attempt at an ethnic cleansing. Yeah. Because we've got some very ideologically driven people. Stephen Miller is fucking Himmler.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We're
from California, from Santa Monica.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's a Santa Monica guy.
Yeah, he's got a hard on for LA.
Yeah.
No, he really wants to ethnically cleanse Southern California.
Something happened to him, man, and his family can't. A lot of his family's come out against him.
Yeah.
No, but you're right. That's what's happening. Right. I mean, we just never thought we'd see this. And it's weird. Is I was thinking about the contrast from where we were when we met.
Yeah.
In '95, and what we were all singing.
The salad days.
Yeah, or whatever we were against.
Yeah.
And what we're singing to now, all these years later.
Whew.
We would have never thought. I don't think when we were in '95 or when we were all hanging out, where we would be now in our 50s.
No.
Facing this.
Yeah.
But the fact that you guys are still making music and addressing what was going on back then with your humor and levity and seriousness to where we're at now. It's just like, wow.
One thing that as the years have gone on, that I've realized about our music is that we're not actually comedy. And
I never thought you were comedy.
And one of the things that made me realize this was the work of Jordan Peele, right? Who really, he went from straight comedy to horror, and it made me realize that what we had been doing was processing horror. We're like, if you go back and look at a lot of our old songs, those are horror stories that we're also going like ha 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 ha, at the end. Da, 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 da. But really what we're talking about is horrific shit. Like we've got a song called Child Killer. We have songs about the end of the world that are 30 years old.
Well, it's even the name of your band.
Yeah.
Everything you just said is encapsulated in the name of your band.
Jello Biafra says, I don't like you guys. You're a little too poppy. You're not my cup of tea. But, and I mean this, best band name ever. Bobby, Joe Ebola, and the Children MacNuggets.
We really didn't think there would be more than one show.
I remember what you said at one time about laughter. Laughter isn't always a response to what's funny. Sometimes it's our response to when the world or the universe isn't making sense.
Yeah.
And I think that's sometimes people are laughing, maybe not necessarily because they're uneasy, but because suddenly they're processing something. Yeah.
They're nervous.
I have seen lots of shows where we played to people who have never seen us before, and they laugh, and it's almost like they're vomiting. Right? They're like, oh, because they don't want to laugh at what we're singing about because it's awful.
Yeah.
We're talking about awful stuff, and framing it as comedy, but that's not really what we're doing.
This makes me think about what you just said about how the kind of progression of the band, how we're still doing that. It almost feels like maybe the world is finally meeting us. Like, I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, what I got
progressively worse.
I've been bummed out lately, pretty bummed.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, all of us with what's going on in the world, especially in this
It's
country.
right in your front door.
With this, it's happening in LA and with this Trump regime. And I've been digging back into history, trying to like, okay, well, what's the response? You know, how do we fight this?
Yeah.
You know, so I've been looking back in history, like, okay, well, like, you know, and my friend was like, last night was like, you know, it's going to get bloody before it gets better. A lot of people, innocent people are going to die, blah, blah. Like, does it have to be that way? Is there anything we can, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Whatever. So we're analyzing, we're going through all these things. And I was thinking about you guys, and I was like, well, you guys are like, when I heard the very first song you did today, and I'm like, it was the first time that I felt like music, because I was like, man, maybe music can't make a difference anymore. Maybe it is a dopey thing, you know, because I watched this documentary on John Lennon and Yoko, and they're fucking, this great documentary recently, it just came out, and they were just, it was very personal, and they're watching the TV, they got really hooked on the TV, and they're plugged into the world, and that's when they became activists.
Yeah.
And they started really getting out there and working with and they were being very careful. They wanted to have the right message, and they really wanted to make a difference.
Yeah.
And they're using their celebrity to do that, which I think is amazing. So, because we're artists and we're musicians, I'm like, how do we make a difference with our art and our music? Because that's the weapon we have.
Yeah.
We're not going to go out. We're not buff experts,
No.
or you know, how are we? We don't have a standing military. We were talking about that earlier. It's our art, right?
Yep.
And when I heard you guys and the new songs you're doing, it was the first time I had hope that maybe art can still make a difference if we can get this out to everybody and change wake people up and say, wake up, show up, young people.
Yeah.
We need our shells are getting old.
Yeah.
We might break if we get
It's
out
the
there
truth.
on the
It's the
We
truth.
need the youth to wake up and get off their phones and realize this shit's happening to you too.
Well,
Yeah.
that song.
I think there's a lot of
drink
young
to
people
that.
that are asleep. When I was watching that John Lennon documentary, they were talking about waking up the youth, and it's a different time, but it applies to now. They were asleep for a different reason, but it's even worse now.
Yes, it is.
I think because people have been conditioned to just check out and live in an alternate reality.
That will, especially
didn't
young
exist
folks.
back then,
Young folks
but-
too, especially right now.
Yeah.
Young folks are like, "What have we been handed?" And that song talks about all the dark reality, but then it says, "Possibility can swing both ways. At the risk of sounding silly, there might be some better days ahead. If they can dig a hole, we can make a hill."
Yeah.
That glimpse,
Yes.
that glimpse of like, we're not lying to you. It's fucked, but there's a possibility here.
Yeah, the
And-
demons have painted their vision,
Yeah.
and it's screaming at us. We need to paint our vision.
Everything that is happening
Get me
is a
choked up,
choice.
Rick.
Right? And we don't stop having choices. At every single step, we have a choice of what we want to do. What the fascists are doing right now is giving us a choice between, okay, well, do you want to go along or do you want to get arrested? Right? Do you want to get canceled? You want to lose your job? You want to lose your health care? Are you worried about the cops coming to your door?
Yeah.
Right? Those are the choices that they're giving us. And at every single step, we have a choice of what we want to do that's more important. And those of us who live through these times are going to have to deal with the choices we've made. Not all of us are going to make it. I don't know how dark things are going to get, but they're going to get fucking dark.
They already are.
Yeah.
And like there are people in concentration camps right now
Yeah.
who should be walking around as our neighbors.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
Like and whatever you would say about the Germans or the Italians or the Russians, 80, 90 years ago, say about yourself.
Yeah.
Because we're there.
Yeah.
And like people are going to start dying in large numbers if those of us who still have choices to make don't get out in the streets and pull together and say, fuck you. You don't have enough bullets.
Amen.
It also, I think, has to do with what your point
Amen, Dan.
about John Lennon and Yoko Ono, right? Like, not to steer this toward name dropping, but like, I met Pedro Pascal recently. I got to work on a movie where part of it was inspired about the documentary that I made, where these punk kids, queer kids, kids of color, white kids from the suburbs, get attacked by these Nazis. So these directors made this movie, Freaky Tales, where they were inspired to include that story in a kind of a over-the-top fictional retelling of it, right? So wind up at the premiere and everything, and Pedro Pascal's got a couple in him. He's real joyful, and he's like, I got to talk to him, and instantly we start talking about Gaza, and instantly he starts talking about fascism. And he's like, I was just out here on the junket, and if you watch the interview from that night, he looks at the camera really earnestly, and he goes, I really love this movie's playful message of justified violence and like cartoonishly over the top, and its message of fuck Nazis, push back at fascism in all its forms. Yeah. So like somebody with that kind of platform, we need to step in front of all of us. You don't have enough bullets, but also we need people like that. People like John Lennon, Yoko Ono, Pedro Pascal, who have this platform to also say, this isn't right, this isn't okay. You know, there are people, you see them folding, people who could be saying shit right now.
I got stuff to lose.
Yeah. And who are stepping back. You know, it's like Honky Babble, on the flow, you know.
You see them days out when you start talking, like, anyways, let's go. What kind of food are we going to eat tonight?
Tequila over.
Oh, yeah.
They're a little too much. They're a little too much.
And there's platforms of various degrees. So
we can all do something.
That's a more famous platform, but we all have a voice, all of us, and we all need to use it.
Yep.
All of our voices are valid.
And frankly, like we went through it in the 90s. Like it was a little bit fading when we were coming up, but like we had our share of interactions with Nazis.
Yeah.
And
here's one scar. You got one on the back of my head.
Yeah.
We really like. I was under the impression that my Nazi fighting days were over.
Me too.
And my greatest fear is that they're not. Like, whatever, man. I got no kids. I got nothing to lose.
I went off and had a kid.
Like, and I want my loved ones to live long and prosper. Right? Like I want for us to live in peace. There's, like I said, we have choices we can make to make a better world. Like it doesn't have to be like this. No. And it infuriates me that I may be put into the position where fucking idiots in boots and masks are going to come to my door, and I'm going to have to do something about it. And redacted.
Right now we get to just make action-packed music videos as a
hell yeah, dude.
As a little
Let's make some art.
Even that video is about the end of the world.
Yeah, just keep making art against it.
Hell yes.
Even if it's not against it.
Well,
and it's about something fun. It's about meeting a girl or whatever.
Yeah.
Or meeting your significant other. You're still fighting
but
against it. You're doing something that you love, right? But here's the deal. It's going to come down. We're going to have to make some choices.
Yeah.
And people are going to need to stand up and realize that this is our reality now. And I think that's where we're at.
And
we're at the very beginning of it. I mean, we're seeing troops on the ground right now in California. right now, and there's still a lot of people that are just not seeing it.
Well, no, and then you also have Trump saying, well, if New York gets a communist mayor, we could take over New York.
Yeah.
Oh, we could actually do it with D.C. and get rid of all the crime. Yeah. And he's showing everybody, seeing how far he can push in California.
He's successful at it. So
yeah,
far.
yeah. So
this guy is. Yeah. I mean, say what you will.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah, yeah. He's
now keep in mind that 90 years ago when this was being tried, there was a much more organized leftist resistance. Right? There were regular battles in the streets between leftist militias and right-wing militias, the people that became the brown shirts, right? There were regular street battles in the cities, and this is one of the things where, the fascists would say, oh, look, we're protecting you from the communists and anarchists. We don't have that kind of organized leftist resistance anymore because we've been propagandized for the last 70 or 80 years that anything where collective action is involved is Soviet shit, right?
The Black Panthers,
right? There's that if people are working together for mutual aid, that it's authoritarian, Soviet Stalinism, and there are a lot more possibilities out there, right? You can get involved in your community to do things directly, right? You can feed people with food not bombs or start your own thing, right? There are, like the Black Panthers are a great example of people who saw problems in their community and said, okay, kids are going to school without breakfast. We're going to start a free breakfast program, right? Or, there's people are getting run over at this intersection. We're going to put up a stop sign. Right.
There's gonna be a lot of opportunities like that
and
for people to do something.
And with disasters becoming a greater deal, like fires and floods and hurricanes, people are going to be left to their own devices more and more, and it's going to be up to the communities rather than the federal government to stick together and in organizing to protect themselves and preserve life. People are going to rediscover what it means to rule themselves. And so when in the aftermath of a hurricane, the federal government comes back in and starts wanting to take taxes and stuff, there are going to be communities that are like, well, fuck you. We've been on our own for 3 months without power. This is ours now.
Which brings me back to our new music video.
Ah, yes.
Here I am shirking now. You said something about, you could sing a song about a girl or something, and it can even be folly, right? But I don't think that anything we do doesn't have a moment of that seriousness in it. And that new music video, to your point about collectivism and people, what do you do? What do we do when we're left to our own devices? Yep. That's what that song. Even though there's car chases and stunts and all this crazy AK-47s and all this crazy shit in this crazy new music video we have for the song "My Own Bare Hands," that song is really about the myth of the rugged individual and the idea that what do we do when we're
there's the libertarian myth in America that the rugged individual with enough ammo stockpiled can survive the apocalypse without community. It's like, man, when shit really hits the fan, what you want to be stockpiling is friends.
Yeah. Dude, when you're seeing your videos of you on the street during the fires and going up into these places and you're like reporting it as you see it, but then you're like spraying shit down and you've got friends with you and everything. I'm like, that's Rick fucking Collins, man. He's out there fucking with these trying to help people, and that's what's going to matter.
When shit goes down, people step up.
Yeah.
Most people.
I was proud of myself.
Yeah, dude, I was proud of you, man.
I was like, because I wasn't faced with something like that, and I liked the way that I reacted. I was like,
dude,
cool, I have this in me.
You were there.
You never know until it happens.
You were there to help. You weren't there to like.
Are you gonna raise up?
Yeah, dude, and when people.
Are you gonna have your neighbor's back?
Yeah, dude, exactly. And going back to something else I've heard you say in the past, it's like the most helpful thing you could do in your neighborhood is know who's around you, know your neighbors,
who's within screaming distance.
Yeah.
Right, like
the neighbors that scurry off.
if you're
don't help too.
If you break your fucking leg and you scream,
yeah,
who among your neighbors will come running?
yeah.
Like,
Wow.
if it's nobody, you got a problem.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if there's a hurricane or troops on the street or whatever. If you don't have a community that gives a shit about you, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And because we can't depend on these systems anymore.
No,
they're
because
breaking
what's
down.
happening now is a breaking up of communities.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've gone backwards where it's okay to be an asshole and say, that's the problem. They're the problem. That's what we're dealing with right now.
Yeah.
Instead of, promoting the idea that we're all fucking one people.
Yeah, Venezuelans
And if you
didn't
say-
take my health care away.
Yeah, if you say
Those
I'm a
fucking
citizen of the
Republicans.
world, that's a bad thing now. You're
Yeah,
a
yeah,
communist, you're a socialist.
Yeah.
This is one fucking planet. What's so wrong with? No, I'm American.
No, we're all trying to be a
motherfucker,
better
I'm
citizen of the
American.
world.
But
Yeah.
it's one fucking world. Let's
Yeah.
start there. Can
Yeah.
we start at the world?
Agreed.
Yeah, those lines on the map, they're all made up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And oh god damn, dude. I'm hoping this is their last gasp.
So that's one
like
thing.
this is the last Nazi
Yes.
white.
Well, you're talking about history, right? The blustery, old, rich,
And
white
I
male.
don't even like saying
Yeah.
white because we have a lot of white
Well-
allies. Like Dan's here.
He's my favorite. He's my favorite honky.
He's my favorite honky.
Yeah, check out the big brain on Brad. Yeah, like no, but
You're invited to the golf game.
I'm also half white. My father is blonde hair, blue eyed. Fucking my mom is like Gonzalez and Scolari, right? But I'm invited to the golf game.
Wear the right pants, sir.
Don't try to feed me, dude. Don't try to feed me.
We've got plenty of aioli for you.
I don't even know what that's saying. Yeah, I don't know. The whole the last gasp, the death gasp, and some people say historically, this is kind of how it goes down, because the truth is we do know that most people in this country, at least, don't like this shit. Right?
I believe
Yeah,
that.
and this is not a 1,000-year Reich. This is dudes stripping the copper out of the walls.
Yes.
And you know what?
This is meth.
Scientifically,
government.
they can't stop the world from becoming more brown and more queer, and they're pissed about it.
They are pissed.
Yeah.
Because race mixing is cool. We all knew it as punks.
Terrence
Like-
McKenna had a good rant. He's like, this is years ago before he died. He's like, things are just gonna get weirder and weirder. And
I saw that. I saw the post you made. Yeah.
He's like, and eventually, he's like, back then he's like, Republicans can't handle it. Like, we're never going back to what they want. He's like, because there's gonna be fluidity. The genders are gonna.
Yeah.
Now you got
Yeah.
AI coming in.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are not gonna control this. Like, and
Yeah.
this might be their last gasp at controlling it. Hopefully.
No, when you look at all of the merchandising they're doing, it's pretty laughable.
Yeah.
They really
Yeah.
don't
And
know
it
what
started
the,
with- it
they don't
started
know what
with
the fuck
Obama.
they're doing.
When Obama came in, that's how it started.
Yeah.
That's when they started poking their heads out of the foxholes.
And
Yeah,
now,
they didn't like it.
Yeah,
They
and,
didn't like
and
it, yeah.
one of the things about fascism is that, and this is true on the individual level and also on the group level, is that they project an image of strength. They worship the mythical image of power, even when it's not real, right? They're projecting power because they're weak.
Yeah.
And they have the hope that the projection of power, their big Wizard of Oz projection over all of us, is going to scare people into compliance. But really, they're quite weak.
Yeah.
And they're years ago there was a report from the LAPD said, like, we can deal with 10,000 people on the streets at a protest, but what we can't deal with is 10 protests with 1,000 people each. Right? They don't have the capacity to deal with widespread grassroots opposition.
Yeah.
And if people are just everywhere resisting, they don't have enough people, they don't have enough bullets.
Well, they're certainly trying to foment. They're fomenting a lot of fear, and they're fomenting a lot. They're taking a lot away.
Yeah.
And so maybe, just maybe those 10, you know what I mean? Like, people are pissed and people are scared. And I don't know what that spark is going to be, but yeah.
Like, I don't want violence. Like, you know, when I was in my 20s, I was a lot more cavalier about the concept of revolution.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it was, like, romantic. It's like, oh, what if we could just, like, flip the table? But, like, that's what got us Trump, right? Because people were so pissed off. They were like, well, what if we flip the table? Well, yeah, we're all on the table, man. Yeah. We need this shit to survive. And I had a martial arts teacher who was he's from Iran. He had lived through the Iranian Revolution, and was like, "You don't want a revolution here. You don't want to see all your friends get shot, all your relatives get shot. No, that fucking sucks. That's the last thing I want. I do like, you know, for all of my political sentiments, the last thing that I want is for shooting to start, because once it starts, it's very difficult to make it stop. Right? We're not looking at the first Civil War where there's two sides neatly arrayed against. We're looking at more like Syria, where there's like 20 different factions who all hate each other, and every other country is like dipping in and supporting this side and that. It would take decades to resolve. If Syria was 3,000 miles wide, like, it would be fucked. We really do not want that happening, and anyone who romanticizes the idea of armed struggle against the U.S. government or whatever, like, it's not going to go the way you think it is.
I'm not hoping for that either, but at some point I'm like, do we need, we were talking about this earlier, like, we don't have a standing army in California or a militia, and I'm like, how do we defend, when you see this happening, you go like, well, how are we going to fight against it? I guess what you're saying is that it takes us as a mass population to rise up against it.
Yeah, I mean, it takes mass mobilization, sustained mobilization.
Yeah.
And that usually means that people are out of work, or they've come to the conclusion that there's very little to lose.
There's no Venmo, so people can buy our new record.
Oh my God, no!
Sorry.
Cling to the system, folks. Buy our record.
You fucking.
No, keep talking. I'm gonna grab a beer. Anybody need a beer?
Sure. Yeah.
Beer,
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll take a beer. Okay. Thanks.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
I'm ducking out. I'm like, I don't know if this is good for album sales.
I would love it if we had some album sales.
Hey, you're tripping.
It is kind of exciting though. Like, we don't, we're pretty small time as things go, and yet
Thank you.
We have found that, like, our new video has gotten 3,000 views in a week.
Yeah.
And that's big for us.
Good.
We have some videos of like 40, 50,000,
But that was 15 years.
Yeah.
So, like, the fact is that, like,
Cheers.
people are listening, and when we've been playing shows, it's been resonating with people. Like, we did a Northwest tour in May and June with middle-aged queers, who are a great Bay Area band, and also Dollar Store with Jeff Ott from Crimp Shrine and 15.
Oh,
and we all got along pretty well.
They're thinking of that quizzical thing we've been talking about lately, about how we're playing with this like Dom Femcore band, the Humblers down here in Los Angeles. Great outfit, Anna Joy and Stormy, and then we're playing with this all trans rock group called Cam Girl coming up for a few shows, and then we play like
That's
10.
a great name, Cam Girl.
Yeah, 12 shows with like middle-aged queers, and we're like two cis heteronormative, I'm part white, like mostly white dudes, like what is it about us that we're surrounded by like, queer folks or trans folks and it's like Dan says, well, like on the stage we're like who we are, and then off the stage we're who we are.
Yeah.
And it's like maybe it's that sense of authentic self or something, or I don't know.
Like you can't live it in your everyday life. Yeah. How do you expect that to be anywhere else?
Yeah,
If you can't control the world, you can't control your state, you can't control your city, but you can control yourself.
Right.
You can control your own community.
Yeah, and queer culture is
that's how you guys are living.
Yeah.
And that's how I choose to live.
Yeah.
And then that's what we control. Hopefully that spreads.
Absolutely. I mean, and queer culture isn't a monolith, but I've been looking at it myself, thinking like, why is it that most of the bands we're playing out with right now are like, you know what I'm saying, like queer
there's
bands,
some part of the
bands.
homo rainbow.
They're being attacked hard now.
Oh,
I mean,
dude!
I have some trans friends and stuff that are just. I mean, they're really depressed.
Dude,
like,
my nephew Ezra is scared,
very
pissed,
very scared,
but also too,
they're suicidal. I mean, they think that someone's they're going to come in and kill them and take them away and put them in alligator fucking Auschwitz.
And statistically speaking, it's not totally outlandish. Like our trans brothers and sisters are in trouble. Well, some of them we got to stick up for.
Many
them.
Many of them are scared, but some of them are also like defend the dolls. Yeah, they're also saying you're not going to fuck with me.
Good.
I'm armed. That's what my nephew.
There are and for those of you who are worried about right-wing militias or whatever and don't know anything about firearms, there are places where you can go to learn about firearms safely. There are groups like the Socialist Rifle Association. There's Rainbow Reload. There are groups out there that are inclusive. I live in Reno, where you can buy a flamethrower at the gun store, right?
I didn't know you lived in Reno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. How long have you been in Reno?
Like 6 years.
Oh okay.
Yeah, I got priced out of the Bay Area.
I've been in Reno a few times. It's fucking trippy. I mean, is it?
I like it. It's I feel like it's not my forever home.
Yeah.
But it welcomed me in, and it was also kind of near my summer job. So I was able to like find a community of people who were already there.
Cool.
And when I got there in 2019, I thought, well, I'm from the Bay Area. Like I was never around firearms. But all of a sudden, I'm in an open carry state. And there's like, I would see homeless people in my neighborhood, like open carrying. Just like this dude pushing a cart with like a revolver on his hip. And like, I don't blame you, dude. Like,
yeah.
And I thought, well, I don't want to, I want to get less scared of firearms, but I don't want to like hang out with a bunch of fascists and have to like hide who I am.
Protect yourself.
Right. So I found a group called the Socialist Rifle Association, and I found a community of people who are like, okay, well here's how to use a firearm safely.
Yeah.
Right? And that's really what it is.
Yeah.
It's just like an education group.
Because, I mean, you're not going to realistically ever use it, but if you do, you want to know how to use it. Down to yourself.
How to clean it? I mean...
my wife and I, we armed up during COVID, and I've never touched a gun in my life.
Yeah.
But I was like... Things got a little crazy. Some shit was happening, and I was like,
You want to have a backup.
Outkast has that song that I think I tell anybody, because I was raised with like NRA folks who were like Rush Limbaugh people and shit, assholes, fucked up.
Yeah.
And so I always associated guns with that kind of shit, But what Outkast says, I think there's one rule: don't pull that thing out unless you plan to bang.
Yeah.
And it's like don't fuck around.
Yeah.
Don't fuck around. Like that's all there is to it. You're not a bigger person because you have this shit. No. Keep it clean. Know how to clean it. Know how to fucking. You know what I mean?
It's like to me it was sort of like, if I'm gonna be part of America, where the chances are just being an American, you're gonna you're gonna have to deal with firearms at some point. I wanted to know how to deal with them safely.
Yeah.
And as it turns out, it's pretty fun, right?
Yeah,
Like once you know how to like not shoot someone accidentally, you know, it's really fun to go out to the range and like it's a skill like archery or anything else.
Yeah, get loaded, start shooting down.
Yeah, shooting cans, you know, or like after Halloween, take the pumpkins out with some double aught and just blast some
Take
pumpkins.
some Stephen Millers out.
Right. Exactly.
Dude, there's these. I think it's called Punk with a Camera. There's this dude who's doing these.
Oh yeah, he's got the targets.
The targets. He's making shooting targets of like KKK dudes.
Good.
And fucking ICE people.
Remember they were doing that with Obama and all that, and Hillary, like, you know, and nobody said shit.
I'm no one to stand a president, but that's my president, man. He's the best orator. Like, there's some sanity.
I'm a sucker for a good speech.
Yeah, there was some.
Like, a president is like a touchstone. A president sets the tone.
Figurehead,
for
yeah.
A figurehead.
Touchstone,
and he made you want to aspire to be better.
Yeah.
Even if it was 90% bullshit, like you know, I think the president is actually the top ranked door-to-door salesman in the country.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Like I think part of the presidential debates should be like Iron Chef, but for a sales pitch, right? Like you just have like a little bowl. You lift off the bowl and it's a random consumer item, and the presidential candidate has to sell the U.S. audience on it.
I long for those days.
Right? Like The Price is Right.
The blustery old man who raised me, who loved. Who like told me hey, you're what are you bullshit? What are you doing here? That's you got to really do it this way and the shit. That's who's there. That's who their guy. Their guy is there, and you realize like, whoa, there's nothing, no logic around, you know, the dudes in our life who we grew up with who happen to tell us that we'd never be shit or whatever. That's their dude, and that's who I see. And he's fucking so unskillful and so ridiculously dumb. And right,
The poor dumb person's idea of a rich smart person.
Yeah.
Well, we figured that out.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, we're playing a show tonight. Playing a show tomorrow.
You guys are playing a Pomona tonight.
Yeah, we're playing like 9 shows coming up, and
I want to go a little deeper with you both of you though.
Yeah.
How did you two meet?
Oh boy.
I don't even know how you both met. How old were you two? Are you?
I remember the day that I met you.
Was that you do?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, no, when you saw me, I guess.
I spoke to you very briefly. Like maybe I'd met you before, but like
was it on the staircase?
No, it was at the flagpole. When with the Studebaker.
Okay.
When your mom showed up.
I said, no, that because I thought I was on the front. Okay, you know, this is the same thing. Same story. Yeah, I was out on my own when I was 15. I was kicked out of. Well, I mean, it was just super abusive. I come from. Joe Ebola, in many ways, for me at least, is like therapy out loud. So if it's like the kind of erratic kind of gnashing, the weirdness or whatever, it's because I come from like a lot of trauma, right? So when I was 15, I get to school and I didn't come home. It was like there was all this shit going on at my house. And I get a call from English class and they're like, your mom is here. She's come to take your Studebaker that your grandpa, who passed away, helped you buy for $1,000.
Corbett the First, by the way.
Yeah. Or Rex was his nickname, which is what my kid.
Lord Corbett the First?
Yeah, I'm Corbett Gordon Redford the Third. Doesn't sound very Mexican, does it?
That's a great name, though.
Yeah. It was like... And,
Corby Gordo.
Yeah, Sir Corby Gordo. Yeah, I know. Well, so I just got a call. And they're like, come to the office. Yeah, that is. Oh my God, it is.
Oh man, we're starting a sandwich shop, buddy.
Oh, that's so fucking good. That's so good.
We'll do the Danwich and the Corby Gordo.
The Danwich and the Corby Gordo. Yeah. Well, I was in front of the house or the school.
That's like your merch booth, by the way.
Yeah, we should. Or at least a shirt, a sandwich ad on a shirt.
Yeah.
I was in front of the house, of school because my mom came to take my Studebaker away, and she took it down to a bad part of town and shot a bow and arrow or a crossbow through it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I had to give you a little bit of insight.
She was a bitch.
Yeah. So it was crazy shit.
What the?
Yeah, I know, fucked up. I mean, I could go on and on, but
It was like so black and white.
I know it's gnarly.
Like,
So I'm in front of the school
this
sobbing.
Is a sepia story.
I know. I'm sobbing in front of the school, and then you.
So I was walking around with my journalism teacher,
very
Mr.
good guy.
John Brown.
Yeah.
Right. Mr. Brown.
High school. We're in high school.
Had because I was directionless.
You're
like
16 then? Is that right?
No, I was like maybe 15.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So I had a lot of energy with nowhere to go, and then I found journalism, and I just like immediately was like, this is for me, right? I want to be a journalist. And my teacher took me under his wing. He's like, you're a fuck up, and I'm gonna mold you, whatever. Like, here's a pass. You can go around and report on stuff. I got in so much trouble being a reporter. It was great. It was great. And he supported me every step of the way when I was doing a documentary on the principal and like. And anyway, I'm walking around with him, and I see Corbett, who I think I'd met in passing, and I kind of knew who he was.
He was a sophomore. I was a senior, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a young senior too.
And I see him, like, he comes up and he's like just barely holding it together.
Yeah.
And then like walks off. I'm like, oh man, that. Yeah. And my journalism teacher's like, who's that? I'm like, oh, that's my friend Corbett.
I knew John. I knew him at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's our next story, kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
Pictures
like,
of Spider-Man.
Yeah, and it was just like there was so much
Go get the scoop.
pathos and emotion going on. Like, he and I later started talking because, like, I had discovered the joys of doing LSD at school because I couldn't do it at home. So I would start in first period, and I'd be basically sober by the end of the day. My grades suffered somewhat. But at lunchtime I'd be peaking.
Yeah.
And so like I had all this like I had all this like sketch comedy and
I had started a
and
sketch
poetry
comedy.
and
Yeah.
stuff, and I would show him stuff that I'd written, and my eyes were like teacups.
I had started a sketch comedy group in high school, like full of the
Little
chubby-
Bud Holland's Bovine Destruction
chubby
Rally.
virgins,
Yeah.
Oh, what was it called?
Little but like Bobby Joe Ebola and the Children MacNuggets would make sense. Little Bud Holland's Bovine Destruction Rally. It was just ridiculous. But then, so Dan had showed me, I think, a sketch about Jesus as a college student, I think, or something, and like Satan or something. There, he's like, I heard you're in a sketch comedy group or whatever, and you guys are playing out and stuff. So I went up to my bandmates who were like, like their sexuality was like Disney, right? And like I was like, yeah, Dan's like, he's got this thing, I want to bring him in, and they're like, well, Dan's on drugs. And I was like, yeah, well, so is fucking George Carlin, you fucking weirdos. Like, what are you talking?
Little did they know, one of the members of the comedy troupe was the one who sold me the ass.
Yeah, well, it was only a couple of them. It wasn't like rare. Yeah, and so it was a couple of them. But
I was a little bummed. I got to admit.
Well, I went up to you that day
Yeah.
and I remember. Because everyone's like, Dan's got these piercing. That fool's got Chucky eyes. He's like, Dan has these piercing, like, icy eyes,
I know,
and
trying not to look.
yeah, trying to look. Don't look. You get a boner, dude. It's like it's outrageous. And no, but but it was that he was on. His pupils were dilated. That's really why people in high school, I think, were like.
Yeah, it was just anytime anyone saw me, it was because I was on acid.
And so when I came up to him, I used the Robin Williams line. But I was like, hi, Dan, are the effects wearing off yet? And he was very unamused. I remember he's like, Like, you little weird man, you know.
Yeah.
He didn't join the comedy troupe.
again.
Yeah, he didn't join the comedy troupe, and then I eventually started doing community theater, and then for some horrible, weird, stupid reason, my friend, this black metalhead guy, he died, and like I wound up getting blacklisted from community theater because I didn't show up because I went to his wake or something, and it was one thing after another of like community and theater and all of these bastions in school that it's eventually all of this these places where you're supposed to be able to express yourself and all everything, it wasn't for me, and
So you had a house.
So you went to the acid guy.
Well, yeah, there was a girl who
So
Yeah.
So Corbett lived in a house that was on my way home from school because he was living on his own with a roommate.
couple roommates, like three or four.
This
Yeah,
is high school now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is right out of high school.
So he's living on his own. No.
I was
family.
living on high school. Yeah.
So
yeah.
so he's a couple years ahead of me. So by the time I'm a senior, right?
Oh, I see.
I was in my junior and senior year. I had like tapered off the acid a little bit, and I was the kid who carried around a guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you wouldn't openly play it at a party without people asking you to.
No, I would not.
You're not that guy.
No, I would go off
You
in a
weren't
corner and put my weird little acid poetry to music.
Right.
But I was not ready to show it to people yet. So I walked home each day from school and passed by his house, and so I would stop by sometimes. And toward the end of my senior year, it was probably the last week or two of my senior year, I stopped by Corbett's house, and I could tell that he was like kind of vibrating, right? And he was stressed out and was like, hey man, you wanna be in a band? And I was like, sure, yeah, why not? He's like, okay, great. We have a show next week.
Next Sunday.
Yeah, because
I love it.
he had this girl that was never gonna fuck him,
No.
but would definitely borrow his car.
Ouch.
Would definitely borrow his car and fuck other people in
And
it.
all his friends.
Yeah,
I think that was it. I was the first cuck. Yeah.
That's a position in our band now.
Yeah.
First cuck.
Busting me out, dude.
Yeah. So
Thankfully, I got waylaid since.
So anyway, she was having a birthday party at her house, and they would talk on the phone for long periods of time. And sometimes I would show up and he'd be on the phone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, of course, yeah, you're talking with Josette.
The band that was playing her party canceled. And she was like, I was on the phone with her. She's like, oh my God, the band canceled at my show, at my birthday party. And I was like, I have a band. And
There's like an episode of Different
and
Strokes.
she's like, no, you don't. I was like, yeah, I do. I have a band. And she's like, that's not typically me. I don't do that kind of shit. And I don't know what compelled me, but I was like, I have a band. And then I was like, I gotta have a band bike. She goes, okay, fine, you can play on Sunday. And that's when he walked in with a guitar.
So he asked the acid guy.
He carried his guitar all around with him, and he walked into her house, and I was like,
acid guy.
and I happened to write.
Come here, acid guy. I need a band.
I had happened to write two songs.
Don't look at me in the eyes.
I wrote.
Just play your guitar.
Yeah.
Our song, all my friends. Every band needs an acid guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
you do.
yeah.
You really do.
I made it the whole way.
Yeah. Well, so I had two songs I wrote with this old English dude who was like the husband of one of our friends' moms or something. All my friends are drug fiends, and I had a song called Kool-Aid Man, and about which is a total ass. It's like a Kafka thing. And
One of these.
so I had a couple songs. Dan had a couple songs. We learned Rocky Raccoon by the Beatles, and we played the show, and it was fucking horrible.
It was an absolute train wreck.
But it was fun.
Dang, I thought it was going to be great.
No.
And it was amazing.
No, but wait, fun, but it was fun.
The guy who was playing drums, because we had a whole band.
Also played a tuba at the same time.
He played a tuba at the same time.
Yeah, the
he was
drummer
playing
played
drums.
a tuba. Yeah.
And so before the show, we're like, oh fuck, we need a band name.
Wait.
Yeah.
Did they play tuba?
Yeah, the drummer played tuba. At the same
And
time.
so we got
Fun.
We got high as fuck.
Stoned,
by 1995 standards.
stoned to tears. Yeah.
We were so high we could not. Like, you had the weird Honda Civic, and we had to pull over in the Burger King parking lot and like, we gotta come up with a band name, dude. And
Ebola was big in the Congo at that point.
there was like an
was-
outbreak in Zaire that had killed like 300 people.
Who knew that you guys were way ahead with the pandemic?
I had always been
We have a
sort
song
of
about it.
Yeah,
Plague, yeah.
yeah. I'd always been sort of interested
Bobby
in
Joe Covid?
diseases.
I mean, it could have been.
People were
Dude.
asking us, like a few years ago, there was another Ebola outbreak, and people were like, "Are you going to change your band name?" I'm
No.
like, fuck no.
No.
It's still scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Ebola was like flesh eating too, wasn't it?
Oh, well, you'd shit out your insides.
Yeah,
You'd
it
bleed through your eyes and
causes you
shit.
to hemorrhage and like bleed out of all your orifices.
Yeah.
All right,
It's-
so let's get to the Children MacNuggets part.
That, I think, was because we were where we lived in Pinole.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Before you go there,
Yeah.
this is my projection
Sure.
of what it might be. I
Yeah.
romanticized that it was the rat.
Let's hear it.
What a lot of people don't know is there was
Can
a
we pause
couple
for a second?
mass. Yeah.
Because this one, I need to switch up the memory
All
card.
right, no problem.
Sure.
And even in your show. You guys are not playing your show tonight, by the way.
We gotta go.
I'm kidding. No, you're gonna play a great show tonight.
Oh, really?
Now that I know how much acid Dan took, you guys are fine.
Oh, I took a lot of acid.
You guys are old pros. Isn't it great we're old pros?
That,
I
yeah.
like the old pro part of my age.
I'm
Yeah.
past the experimental phase.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it. It's like,
I'm like, I don't care how many fucking letters it has in it. I've already done it.
That's
just
why
about how high can we set the bar now?
But my threshold for absorbing stress from these recent shows has confused me because I've tried to build a life where I don't give a fuck, or not that I always give a fuck, but
You give a fuck.
yeah, but I don't.
Yeah.
It's like well, look, I mean, you know what is it? What is it?
That's called balance.
Band cancels. You know, something else happens. There's some other kind of crazy drama, and then some other band. You know what I mean? And then today it was that another band canceled or whatever.
Back on.
And so,
Okay.
yeah, no, so I feel like responsible for everybody's
Yeah.
experience, but
Well, you're the lead on that, but
Yeah.
what he just said too.
Yeah.
What I'm starting to realize of both of you, which has always been there, but now I'm older, I can see it. Is how you both complement each other. Like you guys are such a good balance and
we're brothers,
on multiple
man.
levels. You know, not just musically, but as people. You know.
We're like Bert and Ernie. It's like,
It's not special,
Yeah,
man. I mean,
yeah.
you guys have been friends this long, and you're brothers. I mean, fucking
To
cheers,
it.
cheers to you two. And your
Children-
and your friendship and your creative collaboration, like that's rare. That's
Yeah.
a hard thing to find.
Yeah, and we come from, even though we've been together for decades, like we're still coming from different perspectives. So like we each are able to surprise each other,
all the time.
right? Like
All the time,
We're
yeah.
it's even though we're in good lockstep with each other. When it comes time to get creative, there are things that Corbett will do that I did not see coming at all.
Yeah.
Right. And so like we both have this incredible wellspring of stories that we want to tell. And we also have the ability to help each other tell our, like, I have stories I want to tell, and he's able to help me make them more sort of palatable and translate them to an audience, because
Sometimes my messaging is kind of gushing and erratic, and you help me find form in what I do. And like, we certainly.
That's interesting because when you guys
yeah.
perform too, like because you play the acoustic guitar, so he's got to be grounded at some point.
Yeah.
He's holding it down
Yeah.
no matter what, and you're like allowed to go.
Our friend Dylan said this a long time ago, and I don't think this is exactly our balance, but it felt like He said Dan is the infectious bacteria and Corbett's a syringe. And I don't feel that's exactly the thing, but I think a lot of Dan is the infectious bacteria and Corbett's the syringe, meaning that like it's a lot of I think
some of the more difficult ideas
messaging,
come from me, but like if it were just me, no one would listen.
Just another white guy.
Actually, I get that now.
But like if Corbett were like if he suddenly found Jesus or something, he'd be a dangerous preacher.
He would be.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He would be.
Like
I appreciate that.
like
I might follow you.
This man would have like 7 wives, and like everyone would be wearing white.
You know,
Like,
it's not to discount like
true.
my own messaging because a lot of stuff I do is like really heartful and earnest and like you know. And sometimes it is pushing back. It's like or that Dan sometimes is that catalyst that draws them in. I think it shifts, but because I have more freedom, I'm not locked there. I can go you know what I mean? Like
Right.
and so you know.
And you're a good compliment to Dan's songs too. Like, I mean, I don't know how your writing process works and whatever. But what I know is that you both support each other.
Yeah.
Obviously. And when he's doing like where he's taking the lead on the song,
Yeah.
you come in with these weird angles and you compliment him perfectly and like take this part up and lift it up and take this thing.
Yeah.
And Dan could just be like, that must be nice to
Yeah.
have someone floating around you like that.
Oh,
right?
it's great because like and Corbett will sometimes underplay his own musical ability. Sorry, I'm gassing you up, bro.
Thanks, Brian. Thank you, man.
But like there's an element to which like a lot of times vocalists do not get the credit they're due as musical elements.
True.
But when it's just there's 3 elements, right? We've got guitar and 2 vocals. There's a lot less to lean on. We can't back up and have a solo. Like it's just us.
Yeah.
And it's very naked on stage.
Yeah.
And Corbett's got some pipes.
Thanks,
Oh yeah.
man.
Like when he's on, he's fucking like it will raise the roof. And like people start crying and shit.
Yeah. No.
Like it's like
I
people
witnessed
start
that.
like lifting their shirts up and
Tonight,
like throwing their panties
today,
like
when you guys were playing earlier, it reminded me too of what I because I haven't seen you guys in a long
Yeah.
time.
It's been
Yeah.
decades. Yeah.
And I'll be honest. Last night I was upstairs. I was drunk, and my friends like, "Dude, your friend's band's playing." And I came in, I catch your last song. I was like, "God damn it, I missed him."
Well, you
and I was like, "One more song."
but
'cause
you
I
also
couldn't-
know that we all know that that's how it goes.
Right.
Yeah.
And then my
Yeah.
friend, like, my buddy
Yeah.
Mario's like, he's like, "Don't worry, you're gonna see him tomorrow at the studio." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Fuck, I felt so bad." Because I haven't seen it for so
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, "One more."
Yeah.
One more. You guys did one more, and that was it. And then I was like, "Ah, shit, man." But to see you guys you realize I haven't seen you guys
Yeah.
in decades.
Yeah.
like
yeah,
it's been a few presidents.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and it reminded me of why I loved you
Nice.
so much, and you still fucking have it.
Thank you, brother. What is your
Both of
theory?
you.
What your theory on the Children MacNuggets you were going to say? Where do you think it comes from?
Oh,
The name.
Oh, was that what a lot of people don't remember? Is that there was some mass shootings at McDonald's?
What?
You remember those mass shootings? That was the first, like, I remember that was the first, like, where we was like, what? Like, the things that, everything's changed.
Yeah.
What? Like,
We're not safe.
Not even the McDonald's playland is sacred?
Yeah.
Like, some
Oh, I
dude walked
remember
in
that.
and
Yeah.
he sprayed like a fucking McDonald's.
Yeah.
And it was like, what the fuck?
No.
And also,
Yeah.
I think it also relates to how just horrible McNuggets are for your
Yeah,
body.
so we lived in a
Yeah.
place called Pinole, which per capita growing up had the most fast food anywhere in Northern America.
So it was like 18,000 people, give or take. But like, there were just it was fast food strip malls had sort of metastasized along the along I-80.
Yeah.
Like just like a marbled vein of fat.
And that's what we lived in the middle of. And so, like, the idea of the
Those
children...
were the only jobs.
The Children MacNuggets is a creepy idea that the McNuggets are made of children, right?
Yeah.
But also, too, in a sense, like, we're the Children MacNuggets. Like, we're...
People get very fucking
Yeah.
freaked out about this name, by the way.
Yeah.
They always go to pedophilia. It's like what's going on? What's going on in your fucking head?
Yeah,
Like, that's where you get that.
No.
We get a lot, too, is like, somebody will call me Bobby Joe. They'll be like, "What's up, Bobby Joe?" And it's like Pink Floyd. There's no Pink Floyd. Like we're two guys, and we're called Bobby, Joe Ebola, and the Children MacNuggets. Yeah. It's like, I don't know what the fuck we were stoned.
Right, yeah, there's no Pink. We were just like stoned teenagers. If we had known there was going to be more shows and that we were going to have to make flyers and stuff, we would not have chosen a name like that.
Yeah.
God bless the signage
we played
union
the
workers.
Roxy, in 2015 or something, and fucking God bless the signage union. They put every fucking letter on the Roxy marquee.
Yeah, and when we played the Great American Music Hall, we really put the letters to the test, at the time. You were really worried about McDonald's suing us.
Well, initially, yeah,
right?
because I was like, I want to be in a band that can do things, and
there were all these differences in the spelling,
and you had to have 7 points of difference with
Well,
McNuggets.
I saw that you put
capital
you
M
put
A.
I. In the
Yeah,
Nuggets.
it's capital M-A-C instead of Mick
I don't think
M-C.
anyone owns Nuggets though.
Well, yeah, but we are called the MacNuggets. We're called M-A.
But back in the day, you guys are spelled with an E, right?
No.
No, it's always been that way.
Always been capital
Wow, I
M-A-C,
didn't
capital
know that.
N. So we had capital M, we had A, we had capital N, we had an I, and how many ever points of difference there was, it was supposedly enough.
So
even back then, you had the hindsight.
Oh yeah, he was like, "Oh, dude, we can't get sued by McDonald's." I'm like, "Dude,
they don't give a fuck,
the best thing that could ever happen
yeah.
to us would be getting sued by McDonald's."
Yeah,
I would.
They are fucking.
I would love that. But then
that would be great.
But then we ran into Green Jello.
Yeah.
Right, and I mean, those guys
They
are awesome.
went to the Green Jelly. They had to change their name.
Yeah.
I would have changed my
Green
name
Jelly.
if I'd had a hit on MTV.
Now those cats were
It's
kind
like
of
totally
running
worth it.
Like,
Little pig, let me in.
I just remember
straight up
playing at Mr.
That's still
T's
a
Bowl.
classic.
Yep. Yeah.
Right, Mr. T's Bowl with fleshies and
Fleshies, yes.
and like they had Green Jelly did that song at the end, and the guy was like, "I should have gone to college."
It was they. I remember that show. They went up and sang "Anarchy in Bedrock" from the Flintstones movie they did, and Dez and Jimmy were up there, and me and Vaughn from Fleshies were like, "We're gonna go get stoned," and they saw us kind of sneaking out. And they were like, "You're coming up here!" And so suddenly we're on stage singing "Anarchy in Bedrock" with fucking, all these folks,
Yeah.
I ain't trying to kill the party, but I know we got to fucking. Okay,
What time is it?
It's 5:37, so we probably got to leave in about 20 minutes.
In an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, let's go to 2 hours.
Okay, yeah. That's perfect,
Yeah,
perfect.
Sorry,
Yeah.
2 hours.
Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I think of all those times, man, down here,
Who needs a
and
drink? Who needs a goddamn drink?
I'm-
God damn it.
I'm good. Wait, who's driving?
I'm driving.
Oh, fantastic.
You can drink. You get another shot.
I'll have another shot.
Dan, we don't do some acid?
Sure.
Split.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Mushrooms?
Shrooms? No, you got any alphabet drugs?
What the fuck? But
Oh, Jesus.
I'm telling you, dude, it's like it feels instant, man. Like, Rick has always been a good dude, and just to come back down here after this long.
It's nice to have like fellow weirdos, just like,
Jeremy, this is for you. But
can
I lost my opener.
here.
Oh, here it is.
Here you go.
He's got it.
And
There you go. And you're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Because you're driving?
Yeah.
Good man.
I was thinking this is, it has been, it has been a long time since we've seen each other, but seeing your path, and Woolly Bandits and Beyond Tongue and all of the different bands and like the sonic stuff you've been doing with like, I don't want to like limit, but like.
Here, let me teach you how to do that.
Yeah.
Give me this.
Yeah, that's a useful skill. You got to be able to. I'll take the lighter, thanks.
See, what's going on
You can
here?
hand me that jack after. Thanks.
Seeing your journey online or like from afar after this
Get
long.
on the firm part of your hand so it gets fucking friction.
Got to use the bone.
Yeah, no, I think watching you emerge and kind of nurture your love for music and like I don't want to say like just the garage scene, just like psychedelia and like everything
And punk.
and punk, dude.
Everything and whatever.
No, because you
Yeah.
know what? Even back then in Tongue, it was like everyone else like looked like a Tank Girl extra, but
Yeah.
you're like the dude. You were always like fucking and you fit in. You were you. And to see you stay you, and then continually to draw like-minded people and like also fucking cool people, and see you make music with more and more wild people, and you and Krista and doing. It's
Thanks,
just been,
Corbett.
Yeah. And
I've just been like, man, fucking Rick is fucking
Thank you, brother.
the
It's-
fucking
Thank you, brother.
the fucking sweetest,
There-
coolest dude in rock and roll.
Thank you too for inviting us to the premiere.
Oh,
of
dude,
your documentary.
down here?
That was really cool, man.
Do-
Yeah.
do you-
you remember me and her? Like, you invited us to the
To the ArcLight.
because I hadn't seen you in a long time, and you invited us. I hadn't heard from you ever. I'm like, what?
Oh my God.
Like that would meant a lot to me.
Well, dude, when we came down here, you made home for us, man. When we didn't really have home up there, like when people were telling us that, you
want to know about the first 10 minutes of our LA tour?
our first LA tour,
Yeah, the first time we came to LA. So we
Coconut
were
Teaser. No, I don't know.
no. We were gonna stay with so John's aunt.
Had a little
Right,
apartment
had
building across
an
from
apartment
yeah.
complex. Like John's family owned an apartment.
across from Hollywood High.
Yeah, in North Hollywood.
Oh shit.
Right? This is 1996, right? They had an apartment complex where they kept one apartment empty for any family members that were coming through, and so we were allowed to come through. But our backup singer, whose family it was like, okay, well we definitely don't want to like get a mess in there, and we had stopped at Subway to get some sandwiches. And so he's like, all right, well, I'm going to eat this fucking sandwich in the car so that we don't get anything in the apartment. I'm like, all right, fuck. We're waiting for this dude to eat his sandwich in the driver's seat.
Well, me and one of our other roadies were at Jumbo's Clown Room.
I was in the car.
Yeah.
Right? I was in the passenger seat of the car while John is eating his sandwich comfortably, and my window is rolled down about 1.5 inches, right? And all of a sudden, this dude comes up, points a gun at the window, and is like, "Hey, y'all,
15 minutes into our
Give-
first trip to LA.
give me all your money." And we're parked so that we don't go like bring a mess into this apartment.
Yeah.
And we're just like, okay, well, I guess we're getting robbed now. 30 seconds after parking,
Are you sure that was the first time we've been down there?
Yeah, it was
Because
absolutely.
we played the Opium Den, we played Coconut Teaser.
This was the first time.
Okay.
This is the first time I'd ever been to LA since I'd been 8, and my grandparents took me to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Right. And
That's not LA. That's Orange County. But
yeah,
Yeah.
well,
So this is your
for a
first
Bay Area
time-
kid, like,
this is your first time in
yeah.
LA.
So we're like, all of a sudden, I've got a gun in my face, And this guy is like, okay, just give me your money. And like, we're all giving our wallets, and John like pulls a $5 bill out of his pocket.
Out of his wallet. Yeah.
Right? Like not pulling the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like he still had money. I had zero money. Right? Like I was like, I'm sorry, man. I don't know what to tell you. I'm 18 and don't have a job, so I just jumped in the car, man, and we're just like pushing money out the window like a fucking ATM, and he's like, just give me your wallets. I'm gonna drop them around the corner. Don't follow me. Like wait a couple minutes.
John didn't give him the wallet.
No. He pulled like a $20 bill or whatever out of his wallet.
Smart.
Yeah, he was very smart.
That's smart.
And I'm still mad.
Did you get your wallet back?
Yeah, eventually. Like he was a gentleman thief.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right.
There were there's no more gentlemen thieves. There used to be gentlemen thieves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No more.
So he did that, and like all of a sudden we're just broke.
Yeah.
Right? Like I was already broke, but now we're really broke. And our bandmate, whose apartment it was really anal about not leaving a mess anywhere in his family's apartment complex.
That's why you were in the car eating, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just waiting for him to finish. And anyway, my first 30 seconds in LA was getting a gun pointed at my face, because I'm in the passenger seat. I'm like, now in retrospect, I'm like, okay, well that was a 22. Probably, I don't know if it was a real gun or not at this point, but it was real enough.
Yeah, me and Anthony came back from Jumbo's clown room and like, what happened? It was like, I'm sorry. I don't know.
You spent all your robber money on fucking strippers?
Anthony had some money that he gave me. I have no money.
Yeah, I bet he did.
You
Hate the game, not the player.
you went to the ArcLight premiere of the documentary. Dude, my brain, I mean, it makes sense to me. Like that thing was that was crazy, because that morning we had one showing, and then a friend of mine was like, yo, dude, you want to be on K-Rock in the morning or whatever? And I was like, what? And then they gave away tickets, and then suddenly they had 4 screenings that night, and they all sold out. Yeah. And I felt like, whoa, man, this is.
So you greeted us. You greeted me and my wife. And
well, dude, it's to me.
I hadn't seen you in a long time.
It's so long. That was even
a lot to me.
Well, that was even so long ago. But I feel like it's a given. When I think of this place, I think of you. I think of and so I mean, it makes sense. I mean, dude, that's beautiful, man.
I'll tell you when I got fucked up in Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
We were walking. I was 18, and we're like walking down the street. We're by Yucca and Vine. I just saw a Duce from the Mentors, and he had a foil cowboy. He had a cowboy hat. It was covered in foil, and he was like, because he didn't want to let the radio waves coming in, right?
Yeah, I mean,
and we were playing a place
sense.
called
Yeah.
Hell's Gate. It was right by Playboy Liquor, and Liz, he was in the. We were Tongue was playing.
Yeah.
We're in this little parking lot in the back, like seedy fucking shit. There's crack, cocaine, fucking drug dealers everywhere. And Al Duce liked Tongue.
Yeah. Whoa.
And he was like, oh man, your band's pretty good. And he had this girl with him in a turquoise jumpsuit. And she was like 300 pounds. And it was skin tight, fucking jumpsuit with fringe.
Whoa.
And it was like layers upon layers upon layers and fringe. And she was obviously out of her mind. She said, I'm with Al Duce. I'm with Al Duce. And Al Duce, and we're like, that's Al Duce from the Met. To us, we thought this was crazy. It was like a John Waters.
Right, the rape
like a
rock
John Waters
guy.
movie come to
Yeah.
life.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, and I remember Shoegazer was playing too, and they had a van. So, like, they're all hanging, you know, you used to hang in the van. And
Shoegazer and the Mentors.
yeah, and
Now there's a meet cute.
And so we're in the and then it's like Liz comes and dude, she's like, there's your that's Liz like he's like, nice to see you. He's all, I call her Jizz, and Liz is like, oh fuck you, and he's like, oh what's up, Jizz?
Oh,
And
no.
Liz got so mad. She's like, I'm not fucking Jizz, I'm Liz. He's like, oh, I think you're Jizz. And Liz is so mad. And then Alduce's like, well, that's my new wife. And she's like, I'm going to have Alduce's baby. I'm going to have his baby.
What the fuck is going on?
Some crackhead chick. I'm going to have his
Oh,
baby.
my God.
And Shoegaze like laughing. They're like, what the fuck? And they're from Norwalk.
Oh,
And
yeah.
They're like in Hollywood. They go, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, Liz, just go inside, man. And I'm laughing because I think it's, I've seen this whole thing is fucking hilarious.
you're not gonna get anywhere arguing with El Duce.
No, and he's like, I'm like, Duce, why do you have foil on your hat? Well, you know, they're listening to us. Everybody's listening to us. I gotta get everything out here. I'm like, oh my.
Wasn't there a thing where
Hollywood,
like
dude.
we saw El Duce
Hollywood.
from across the street?
You and John were walking down Melrose, extremely drunk, and you had just ate pastrami, and you had ate pastrami and orange juice, and you know, sometimes every once you give out a little baby burp.
Yeah, you got to understand. I grew up with dogs. My parents were Akita breeders, but they weren't great Akita sellers. So when I was a kid, we had 7 Akitas
You couldn't get a meal without
and a
fighting for it.
Tibetan Mastiff. So I learned to eat very fast because we always ate at TV trays. So I would just.
So as I recall it, you had ate a lot. You ate pastrami and orange juice, and drank whiskey, and your stomach was full, and you did one of those real quick Dan spit ups, where like
I would spit up sometimes
I wanted to
'cause
talk
I ate so
because
fast.
I'm a bad
his,
vomiter.
his nickname in high school was POC.
Puke on command. Yeah. Like I have So he
Before POC was a thing.
You and John were walking down Melrose, and somehow you happened upon El Duce, and you're El Duce.
Oh, because we were passing out flyers.
Yes.
Because we had a
dropped down.
free show.
Yeah.
And no one was taking our flyers because we're like, hey, free show. And then we were like, okay, all right, this show is only $20. And then people started taking our flyers.
And then I think you gave a flyer to El Duce, and then you.
And by the way, people, you look at their old pictures. These guys are little cuties. When they were young,
Yeah.
you gotta look at this guy, little fucking baby face over here.
Straight
baby
up.
face Nelson.
I was starving.
And this guy too.
The benevolent Burt Reynolds.
You gotta look back.
Rico Suave over
I
here.
know we're all old and grizzled.
Yeah.
But look back at the old pictures when these little cutie
The
pies. were
years
rocking Hollywood.
hath wrought some
Yeah.
fucking damage.
It's true. Well, I think you impressed El Duce with your vomit. I think it was what the story was. Is you gave him a flyer, and then you spit up because you had whiskey, pastrami, and orange juice. I don't know why I remember this so vividly. And then El Duce was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, brother," and you know it was all
I don't
Brushes with greatness.
I don't
Yeah.
specifically remember that, but so
We've said so many other names during this podcast.
See, we're name dropping now.
But now we're
Fucking Duce, man.
yeah.
We're name
The
dropping.
biggest name ever. Head of Percy Highway, looking for some anus.
All right.
Okay,
So Jeremy's saying we're at 2
Yes.
hours now.
all right.
I gotta say, the breadth of this convo, as the kids say, has filled my fucking heart.
When do you
And,
guys got to leave? What time is it?
well,
We're
we're
pretty
going,
soon.
Yeah.
What time?
5:50.
Wait,
Oh,
we're
they have
seeing you
another
tomorrow.
hour.
We're seeing you tomorrow. We're seeing you tomorrow. Is that right?
We have another hour to talk. I mean,
I don't know if Adams will last.
I would, you know,
Or Brent will fucking.
we know. Here's a we
you
know.
where to be?
Wait, are you gonna edit this down, or are you just
You
gonna?
want to take acid tonight? I was thinking like the last hour we could take acid and see what happens.
Holy shit!
Oh damn!
All of
Yeah,
us.
we should have done it 2 hours ago.
All right, well, let's scratch the acid. Scratch acid.
Scratch acid.
Scratch acid. It was a good band. It was a good band. We know this. We know that we're coming back down here to play more, and we know that we're coming back down here to film shit.
Is there anything we haven't covered?
we got a new record. We got these shows. We're doing 15 music videos right now. For like we have 20 songs on this record, and it's all.
Wait, you did 15 videos?
Yeah,
there's
How many you have done?
we have 3 in the queue. And well, no, actually, we've done the 2 more before that. But
so there's, we
I love this.
there are a bunch in various stages of production. 2 are released.
Well, then there was 2 before that.
Yeah.
So then technically those were like lyric.
But
videos
those are in production, right?
We have about 15 in production where there's people who are making plans and
because
I love
we're
this.
insane.
Guys,
it's all self-funded and it's all like
you
know.
guys are so inspirational to me. Like guys at our age and having this.
Because ultimately, like the band is a medium for us to tell stories because both of us are storytellers, and we can't stop telling stories.
I gotta say that like my baby mama, she because we've taken breaks, and each time she's like, you're still friends with Dan, you guys still whatever. Like, don't you think about this? Is like right after she and I got married and shit. She was like, why don't you guys do this again? And then this time it was like I had a kid. I got killed by a desk for a while. I want to
How many kids did you have?
1. Rex Redford is his name.
Boy or girl? A
Boy. Yeah, Rex Redford. He's like, it was like, you know what?
How old is he?
He's 10 years old. And so he's in the back seat rapping about baby mama
Same
drama.
age as my dog.
And I'm like, I ain't gonna mess with him. But she was like, he's never seen his dad up there being a weirdo. He's never seen his real dad. He's never seen his dad singing shit. And
that's cool for a baby mom to say.
Well, then I said, I was like, that when me and Dan do this, we are excitable boys. We don't fucking do this like normal people.
Call your guy!
Yeah.
Get the horns!
Yeah,
Another band name, Excitable Boys.
Yeah, 100 didgeridoos.
Hell yeah, dude.
Like,
Another band name.
yeah, yeah.
No,
and so-
Excitable Boy.
yeah.
Wonderful album.
What an album.
Gotta
love
hand
it
it
so
to her
much.
though to kind of prompt me to say like, hey, remember who you are. Like, remember that this is a big part of what you do, and so and the kid's got shoes and he's got health care and shit. Thankfully for right now.
I feed
Yeah.
my kids.
I feed my kids. Fuck it. I guess what I'm trying to say is that it ain't gonna be another couple decades, man. I mean, last time I saw you was 2017. So that was at the premiere, right? But
and then after that was like way back.
yeah, after
Right.
that was way back.
Yeah, and so
Not the 90s. Maybe the 90s. Fuck.
as far as like
Early 2000s.
the band goes, we don't know. Like ultimately, like we understand that this band is a way for us to tell stories. There are a lot of stories that we have to tell that can't be told in 3 to 5 minute songs.
And we've realized what's going to happen after Solar Cantata now.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Dan said it on the ride here. It was like, well, what's next? It's like, oh yeah. Blues Brothers meet Six String Samurai, the feature-length film, the Odyssey, the hero's journey, Pee-wee's Big Adventure,
we gotta,
Bobby Joe Ebola
we gotta
feature
do a
film,
movie.
where it's like
how else are we
cameos
gonna,
and craziness and you know what I mean, and like and music and
As long as I can have a part in it.
Rick. I was gonna say it,
dude.
Of course,
It's on,
dude.
I would love to be in
Dude,
it.
in fact.
What?
Yes.
What? Do you want me in it?
Of course.
Yeah.
Pee-wee for life. Pee-wee for life.
When we get started on a project, it starts reasonable and quickly gets very unreasonable.
We do.
We're gonna do some
Krista.
extremely unreasonable shit.
Krista's an
and
actress.
you don't know
And
what's
Liz,
gonna
and
happen.
Liz too. I mean, fucking, it's an apocalypse movie. Liz, I mean, fucking, when I met Liz
Yeah.
is like fucking goggles, gonzo, fucking.
Yeah,
What are you talking about? When?
don't
Yeah.
spoil too much.
Yeah.
But like we have plans
Yeah.
within plans within plans.
Kids, they ain't done.
Yeah.
You ain't done either.
No, don't be done.
We're
You can
old.
keep creating until
We're
you're
gonna die this way.
Old age.
No, and also too.
We are gonna die this
Any
way.
way you
Never
can
stop
find
creating.
to share your message or tell your truth, especially right the fuck now when everybody's telling you to fucking shut the fuck up and follow the fold and do what you're told.
That's right.
Don't fucking do it.
Speak up, light
Yeah.
it on fire.
Yeah. Hell yes. Chattered. Chatter,
Light that shit
chatter.
on fire, bitches.
That's right.
Fuck the regimes.
That's right. Build the resistance.
All right,
It's on.
All love, homie.
that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
Love you guys.
Love
Yeah.
you too,
Sandwiches and ammunition.
Hey. Oh, that's it.
we're
Yeah.
out.
Yep.
Bro.
Audi 5000. Dude. I mean,
Fuck all you motherfucking haters. This is Chatter. I'm your host, Rick Collins.